Good afternoon and welcome to All Things EXP Australia. In front of you here are just a few things that I'm going to take you through today. Hopefully by the end of this video, you understand all the ins and outs, all the nuts and bolts, as I call it, of EXP. So there are a few different ways that you can actually join EXP Australia. You can join as an independent contractor or an ICA. And this allows you to have your own brand powered by or an association with EXP Australia. Or you can join as a commission-only agent. You can have either your full license or your registration certificate in order to be a commission-only agent. However, you will need to prove that over the last 3 years, inside of a 12-month timeframe, you have earned in excess of $60,000 in commission or more. In order to be an independent contractor, you will need to have your full license, carry your own insurances at the same time. There are some options available for big business owners or large teams or offices as they move across to EXP. Of course, we are licensed in all the states that you see in front of you and would, of course, need trust accounts for those states as well. Just a few of our team members on the screen here. Now I want to talk about the founder of EXP Global, really, because much like you and I, Glenn Sanford was doing business as a real estate agent. He was giving away, again, like you and I, a lot of his commission, even though he was doing a lot of the legwork, so to speak. And he actually thought, well, there must be a better way of doing this. And so I myself am very thankful, and in excess of 60,000 agents are also thankful around the globe now, that in 2009, Glenn founded the world's first cloud-based, not only cloud-based, but agent-owned and agent-grown brokerage called EXP Realty. There's been massive explosive growth, and I know the chart just would keep going. We'd have to update it, every other week, but we now have in excess of 60,000 agents across the globe in 17 different countries. We're opening 3 or 4 new countries every quarter around the globe. So just some of our plans moving forward. This particular slide does not need, a lot of explaining. We all know that the world, in terms of technology and business, is moving really fast-paced. We understand that Blockbuster and Netflix, Blockbuster should have brought out Netflix, right? We know what's happened to the taxi industry in terms of Uber, and we are watching the retail space swiftly change, particularly in the global pandemic that we see ourselves facing. And the more people that I speak to, they will tell you that, of course, they believe that real estate is very much going that particular way as well. In terms of being able to do business from wherever it is you want to work, we do have a digital platform. So you can jump into our EXP world at any point in time. You can get information. You can get information about tech help. They can jump to your computer and fix whatever's going on. There is the EXP University. You can have small meetings, large meetings. We can have massive big training sessions. Sky's the limit. And funnily enough, you do see, and I did see this recently, is you have Mark Zuckerberg, who has recently put a similar office space, if you will, out. There's us having a bit of a meeting in the world. Let's get down to the nuts and bolts, as I call them. So there are no desk fees, royalty fees, or franchise fees. Everybody gets the same offering inside EXP. There are no special deals as you will. So commission, it's a 75-25 split, okay? And you cap at $100,000 GCI. So during a 12-month time frame, aka your anniversary, you will never pay more than $25,000 cap to EXP. It doesn't matter how many transactions you do. So that means for me as an agent, it could mean, depending on my market, It might be 3 or 4 transactions where I bring in my first $100,000 GCI, or it might be 10 transactions. As soon as I bring in that first 100,000, I then keep 100% of my commission until my anniversary year clicks over again, which for me is amazing, very fair. Now, for all that, it's going to cost me $199 plus GST as an initial startup fee. What I'll get for that is my business cards, some DLs in terms of a profile picture. I'll get a new profile picture done through a photographer that EXP will pay for, just some general setup stuff. I'll have to go and do my own sort of flag if I want a new one, not that anyone uses flags really anymore, and have to do my own sort of signs and my own marketing. But we can help with all of that. In order to do real estate business, it'll cost me $199 plus GST for my monthly service fee. Now, that'll give you everything that you need in order to do real estate, and we'll cover that in a moment. The only other fee that you need to worry about inside of EXP is when you transact, it will be $250 plus GST per transaction. Don't forget that all of your trust accounting needs for your sales requirements are covered with EXP Australia. I want to discuss the opportunities that do exist within EXP Global. We are obviously a publicly listed company, and there are share opportunities, or I like to call it ways of making or earning back the money that I have put into EXP, right? So you earn shares on your first transaction, earn shares when you fully cap, so when you bring your first $100,000 of GCI in, and you earn shares when you introduce an agent to the company or bring an agent into your team and they do their first transaction. We also have an icon award, which means that once you cap, if you do an extra 20 transactions thereafter, or $5,000 worth of transaction fees, you would qualify to become an icon agent, which would see the amount of money that you have paid to EXP within that transaction year back, but in stock awards. We also have the agent equity program, which means that I, as an agent, can elect to have 5% of every net transaction commission that I earn given back to me, or an allocated stock at a 10% discount. So pretty cool. Now the 25% and 25,000 in stock that you do get back, as I suggested, does come back in different ways, as you can see there on the screen. Our icon agents, look at them, beautiful smiling faces. These guys have essentially made doing business with EXP free for themselves, apart from their obvious monthly fee and their transaction fee. So how amazing is that? Congratulations to them. Now, I did talk about adding people to your team or sponsoring people into EXP. So we do have a revenue share component to our business, which does mean that everybody that you introduce into the business itself or into your team, you can help, right? So you can help them have an amazing business as well, which means that the company will reward you on the company dollars as that person transacts. It's super cool. I call it Magical Money Fridays. And what it means is I get to choose the people basically that I would love to have work around me. I get to then sponsor those people into EXP because everybody that comes in needs a helping hand. Okay, and then the company will reward me rather than going and paying, you know, lots and lots of different salaries to lots and lots of different people to, you know, obtain amazing agents into the business, whereas all you're doing is simply sharing the story that you're already experiencing. Now, as an agent, I get a huge amount of people that I know in the industry giving me a call and asking me a little bit more about EXP. Now, as you can see on the screen, those people also have the same opportunity as what I do. So what that means is they too are probably going to be well-known real estate agents. They are going to, like myself, get phone calls from their friends in the industry asking, why have you joined EXP? What do you like about it? Now, for me personally, I see this as retirement. This is something that I'm going to build upon very, very slowly, because obviously my business is about listing and selling property and helping other people to grow their business. However, inside of that space, I can make a lot of money or a little bit of money along the way. So here's what that looks like. I just want to bring to your attention on the right-hand side, there are qualifiers. So I can open up tier 1 with introducing 1 agent, tier 2 with 5 agents or more, and so on and so forth. Here's a little bit about what that could possibly look like for your bank account, depending on how many people you have spoken to, introduced to the business, and of course, making sure that those people, or helping those people, to transact real estate. A little disclaimer there, just to make sure, obviously not everybody has the same results. Some people don't even want to grow their business. They simply want to list and sell property, and that's absolutely fine. Some people are not here to grow a team. We love to celebrate our people here at EXP, and we have monthly awards that we do hand out to our agents. We like to celebrate those who are doing really well in the industry. Of course, absolutely goes without saying. Who wouldn't want to be part of a great culture? Now, EXP Australia does not themselves offer a property management service. There are a couple of ways that agents can currently get around that. So if you are an independent contractor, aka you have your full license and you're independent, then you can actually run your own property management yourself outside of the EXP structure. Some people within some different states don't really want to do that, and they don't want to manage property management because it does take some time. So they are partnering with Lulu Live, which is a fantastic business partner if you are looking at growing your property management side of things. And it does mean that you yourself get to maintain and hold all of your asset rather than having to part with some of that like you have to at other businesses. We have a couple of amazing conferences each year, one held in Orlando and one held in Las Vegas. Very much looking forward when everything does reopen to getting across to America and celebrating with our large global team. EXP does across the globe have a partnership with Regis, so I can pop in there at any point in time and get some work done. If I want to meet a client in there, I can simply rent a space and I can get a discount for that. And this is what that looks like on my phone. Let's talk a little bit about the agent services that you're going to get with EXP. So Workplace by Facebook, it's something that I didn't really pay much attention to, but very important. I can actually contact everybody from the CEO to the founder, all the way through to somebody who does marketing all across the globe throughout 17 different countries, 60,000 agents, as I said. But there is more to this platform. I can upload massive documents. I can call anybody within the business without having to have their mobile number. The EXP University is in here. I can join different groups. I can get referrals from across the globe of people who are looking to come to Melbourne. And, it's sky's the limit with this particular app. Really cool for business. The next thing I want to draw your attention to is our CRM platform. Now, we are actually using AgentBox currently for our CRM. You will notice a couple of things I do want to bring to your attention is it's very easy to use. I probably don't use it to its full ability, but a lot of people that I know do. Has some in-house lead gen sort of stuff if you want to do that, but we'll talk about more on databases as we proceed. Interesting note here that people like well-known coaches in the industry within Australia, such as Tom Panos, they suggest using this particular platform. And out of the top 100 agents within the country, 70% of those agents actually use AgentBox. So I thought that was interesting to bring up within this video. It is not just a CRM system, though. It does integrate with absolutely everything. So I want to take you through some of the things that we will give you and some of the things that are optional extras. Okay, so with EXP, obviously, you'll get access to AgentBox, realestate.com.au, and obviously domain as well. EXP Australia website just goes without saying. Listing logic, I will cover off on that in a moment. That's not something that actually comes with EXP, but it is a fantastic tool. Campaign Flow is your third party VPA tool for you to use should you want to use their facilities, and should your owners not be able to just simply put their marketing funds into the trust account. Campaign Track, should you need it. Proposal Point makes everything look pretty to send across your proposal to your owners. CoreLogic RP data just absolutely goes without saying. We've also got REI forms and REI forms live, which means that you will have all the forms that you need as a real estate agent to do business. We also utilize things like Active Pipe. That's an optional extra. We'll talk about that in a moment. We connect you through to your Office 365. We won't actually provide that for you. We do have access for you for Home Pass, and we do have an upgrade there where you yourself are able to send SMSs as well. I want to talk a little bit about some of those optional extras, okay? So Listing Logic is a platform that you can work with for not only lead generation, but also brand awareness and pushing your brand out there. Proposal Point makes everything look pretty to send your proposal across to the owner as well. Active Pipe is something that you can actually slot on back end that nurtures your database, so to speak, and spits out leads. That's what I call it anyway, as an agent. So those are some of the things that you can have as well. I want to talk about our lead migration model as well, because it is very important as an agent to join a business where you're going to not only be able to obtain leads and build your database, but also to nurture those leads that come in as well. So moving on to that, we have social media, CRM, cause and content, artificial intelligence. Okay, so as I said, we've got Agent Box, and we've got access to Active Pipe as well. We've also got Reader, which is artificial intelligence, which you have access to should you want it. I think it's around $130 or something from memory, that actually talks to all of your database. I can go more in depth on that, but I won't. And Listing Logic that can actually generate your leads as well as pushing your listings out to social media. EXP social platform is what this will all look like on both those screens there. This is the digital proposal and what that can look like, all feeds through, pretty cool. Also, I want to draw your attention to our agent hub. So absolutely everything that you need in order to do business or that EXP has is actually housed here. I always have that pinned to my mobile screen as well, so I've got access to it wherever I am, from, I don't know, letterheads to trust account details to training videos, whatever it is that I may require in order to do business. My EXP, super cool tool. What this actually means is that I can log in at any point in time and I can see who is in my team, how much revenue share I am owed, who's doing what inside of my team. I can also log in and see my shares, what my shares are worth. It's pretty cool. So, you know, this is really taking real estate to the next level, but it's about the agents for the agents. It's in service of the agents. And that's what I personally love about it. You know, we also have an agent panel. So, you know, we want to take consideration from who we call our business partners, if you will, when a decision is being made, you know, from what sort of subscription do we have with realestate.com.au to what sort of agreements do we have across the board with the agents so that nobody is upsetting anybody else's business, you know, those types of things. I think that collaboration is super important. We did have somebody recently say that in a past life or at a franchise, they would never have been invited to sit around the boardroom table. So I thought that that was a very interesting statement. It's the new age. Our agents are our business partners. So here's what some of those business cards can look like. You know, a couple of different ways there. I personally love the black, and that's what I use for both my boards, brochures, business cards, everything. signboards. You can have your own brand powered by EXP as well. Just a couple of examples there. Again, I personally switched that around and I like the black ones, but similar. 100 of those will come when you join and pay that initial join fee. Our core values, look, absolutely goes without saying that I myself have experienced absolutely all of these while I have been a part of EXP, and there's a reason why there's not a huge, massive turnover. So if you are interested, go to expaustralia.com.au, go on to join EXP there, okay, and then scroll down to become an agent, all right? These are just, you know, reiterating some of the amazing things that I've already spoken about. When you are ready to answer all the questions, click that you agree to the terms and conditions and that you are ready, and it will take you through to filling out, you know, a lot of information about yourself. Important that you answer those questions because we actually need to capture that information in the background. All right. Or you can go back to the person who introduced you to this video.